So hey, and welcome to the Inglenook project. Right, let's Google this and see what we find out. Okay, Inglenook puzzle, that should do. Yep, you can see I've already searched for this in the past. Okay, so browsing the images then, you can see that there's loads of stuff on the Inglenook. It's a really common puzzle. That particular diagram looked perfect, basically. And then there's another one here from a particular website, which we'll come back to in a moment. But basically, there's loads and loads of track diagrams. This one is probably a little bit too complicated, so we'll ignore that for now. Keep looking around. Look, you can see here that that's just amazing. Wow, the scenery and everything. And then I love this photo. That's me in about 50 years' time. Probably still trying to work it out, actually. So, yeah, you can see that it's been done in all manners of scales, all gauges, by everybody, and they've used steam trains, diesel trains, electric trains, everything. So it's a really common puzzle. Definitely not going to be the first person to do this, but they've all got the same thing in common. The principle is the same, no matter what the gauge or the era. The principle is the same. You have some wagons that you need to move around. So I then had a quick look at videos. And yeah, you can see there's quite a few people on YouTube that have already done this, but I'm going to press ahead and do it anyway because I want to do it in N-gauge. So this is a particular website that comes up time and time again, the Model Railway Shunting Puzzles website. Basically there is a whole ton of information on here regarding the Inglenook puzzle. Just look at this, it's such an invaluable resource. I will probably link this website into the info below and give credit to the people that have ran this website because it's just so good. A point is made there about the rolling stock length, and then a second point is made a little bit further on about what loco shunter you're going to use, and I will use my 060 for this particular layout, this particular project. And then there's even calculations on how many possibilities there are, how many different combinations you can have just from so many wagons and getting them in a particular order. So that yellow wagon you can see there, maybe you've got to get that at the front of the train, and that could take you an hour to do that because there's not much room. That's the whole point of the puzzle. I mean, just look at that, how many combinations there are. And like, even with the bare minimum, there's still like 120 combinations. It's incredible. And then there's the rules of operation. Of course, the biggest rule being no hand of God. You have to use the shunter. No cheating, please. Thank you. So even train sim has been used to recreate this puzzle. This particular section is very useful because they talk about N-gauge, and just that there looks wonderful. That's exactly the kind of thing I want to create. So the next thing to worry about is, well, this particular website is obviously a really invaluable source, and I will be coming back to it time and time again, but I need to pick a location to build this project. So then I started to have a look around the house. So coming into the beautifully refurbished dining room, we've got a windowsill here. Now the reason I'm going to pick a windowsill is because one of the most common questions I get is how do you fit a layout into very little space? So I've picked N-gauge and a windowsill so that we can fit it into a little space. But not this windowsill, because this is the dining room one. It's not really suitable. So running upstairs into one of the spare bedrooms, there's a huge windowsill here that overlooks the front of the property, but it's full of stuff and I don't want the sun to bleach it, and it's not really that suitable. So no, I don't think I'm going to build it here either. It's a bit too big as well. It's just too big. Not many people have windowsills that size. So doing a U-turn back across the landing into the bedroom. Yeah, there's the trainer wall. Right, now this is perfect. This windowsill is currently being redecorated anyway. Some Venetian blinds are on order in order to put in this window. So this windowsill is pretty much perfect. It's the right width, it's the right length. It just needs a bit of a clean. Okay, that's better. So get it all wiped down, get it all nice and clean, ready so I can start doing some measuring. And obviously, to do measuring, I'm going to need a tape measure. Yep, something like that'll do. I'm going to need a pad of paper, maybe some Sharpies. Okay, haha, maybe not that many. That's better. Yep, that'll do. Okay, a blue one as well. Yep, perfect. Right, so we're good to go. So the first thing we've got to do is measure the width of this particular windowsill. Ignoring the little trim, which is obviously no good to me, and ignoring the end, which is smooth, I need to make a note of the width. Then I need to measure the length, but not from there because that creates a funny shape. That's not really a usable space, so I need to measure from there. I'm not going to use this windowsill. I'm going to basically get a bit of wood cut to this same size that will sit on top of the windowsill. Once you've got all the measurements, we have something like this. So you can see that the length of the layout and the width of the layout are noted down. The width is 9.5 centimeters, so 0.1 meters more or less. And then the length of it is 1.1 meters, so 110 centimeters or 1,100 millimeters. So that's a really good length. There's plenty of room here, especially when you're working with N-gauge. These bits are no good. That's utterly useless. They're just odds, really obscure shaped parts that I'm not going to bother measuring, I'm not going to do anything with. So then quickly having a flick through the Pico N-gauge track book, there's loads of useful information in here for setting up a little N-gauge layout, from wiring to cutting timber. And you can see from here that a useful feature to have would be like a little fiddle yard. And I think I've got enough, because I'm working with N-gauge. Look, here we go. I think I've got enough room to put a little fiddle yard just on the end. So basically, with all my measurements done, and I know exactly what I'm going to do, it's time to take it to the next stage, which is to design the layout using track software on the computer, get some timber, and get it cut.
This train terminates here. Please ensure that you take all your belongings with you when you leave the train. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Hey peeps, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.